It's a story of love and rehabilitation. A local woman made it her mission to bring a neglected horse back to life, but that mission took an unexpected turn. Elizabeth Parker first laid eyes on a red thoroughbred at a horse auction. The horse was in such bad shape that on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being dead, it was a 0.5. Her friends told her she could never save it, but Parker disagreed. She knew there was something special about the horse, but she never imagined how special.
I don't think I've ever seen any horse that bad. I've never even seen pictures. It was horrible. I mean, couldn't get it out of my head.
It was just 3 months ago. Elizabeth Parker watched the horse sell for a measly $35. That night she was up tossing and turning, thinking about that thoroughbred.
I ended up calling the woman who ran the auctions and saying, please, can you tell me what happened to that horse?
The auctioneer said a vet bought it and planned to send it to the slaughterhouse. Instead, he sold it to Parker.
I knew she had just an amazing heart inside to be that kind after what she had obviously gone through. At the very beginning, definitely scared that in our inexperience that we wouldn't know enough and we would overwhelm her system, that we would feed her too much, but she was stronger than we knew. We just thought we were taking on a project of saving a horse's life, and it turns out that she was a somebody.
Not just any somebody. The horse had a tattoo on its lip, the mark of a racehorse. When they called to identify it, the woman on the other end of the phone asked to match the horse's markings to her tattoo.
And I said, she's got one white sock and she's got a little white blaze down her forehead, and she said, you know what, that is not a match for this number. I think you've got it wrong.
Parker's heart sank. She went out to examine the horse again, and that's when she discovered that under all the filth and grime, the horse had a second white sock.
When I washed her and found the match to that, I called the woman back and she goes, let me tell you who you've got at the end of your rope. The great-great-granddaughter of Secretariat, one of the most famous racing horses of all time.
Her name was her own Storm, and she had a history of her own. Just 2 years before, she was an active racehorse sold for $14,000.
In 2 years to become unwanted, completely unwanted, to not even be worth $35.
What happened in the 2 years before she came to Parker is a mystery. But through it all, this horse had the heart to keep fighting. In just 3 months, this horse went from death's doorstep to regaining its health and looking much more like its great-great-grandfather.
From skin and bones to big, strong red horse now.
Secretariat is now a star of the silver screen.
I think she looks like him. And having seen the movie, I thought, I cried. He probably would be proud of her.
Parker says the similarities between the two aren't just physical.
He was known for his big heart, but I think the thing that made her so compelling from the very first moment I saw her to now is that she has a tremendous heart, that she has a tremendous emotional heart and an amazing capacity to keep going and redefine herself.
Casey Joyce, News Channel 5.